Hey, welcome back, comic book community. This is your friendly neighborhood comic book nerd, Travis Grant, and today we're going to take a look at Spider-Gwen Smash number 4. I've already looked at Spider-Gwen Smash 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th issue of that little mini-series, and I wanted to just get it completed and done with. And, man, I do dig the cover. The cover's pretty good, like, you know, they're friends, and she's turned into the Carnage here, and the Mary Jane Carnage, and I like the cover of it. It's pretty neat. I dig it. It's pretty cool. So now you see the Mary Jane is Carnage here, and she's like, what? My name's Mary Jane, and she's like, no, my name's Carnage. And then it's going back, Gwen Stacy's my friend, and Ghost Spider's my enemy. And, you know, she's going back, my name's Mary Jane, and is it? She's been there for a day, just going through all this craziness. And now we're at the now time. Bruce Banner has Dazzler, and Mary Jane is there, and where Carnage is there. She's taken over by Carnage. They're bickering back and forth, but there's music playing in the background, and that's kind of energizing Dazzler up a little bit. And Bruce is like, hey, you know, he's gonna do the same to Dazzler as he's done to Mary Jane. You know, he was telling her, Dazzler about he took some of the gamma ray and some of Gwen Stacy's symbiote suit and made the Carnage on her or something of that nature, or got the Carnage out of her or something. I don't know how they were explaining it really. And so the music goes, and she gets her kind of her groove back, her power, because he left the record player going, and she's fighting against him now. She busts out and gets him, and he's like, oh no, my plan is ruined. You know, how can this be? And he's like, Carnage, stop her. And you know, Carnage and her is gonna go at Carnage, and Dazzler is gonna go at it for a bit. Man, that glare is pretty good. This is they're looking through their little binocular thing, and this is kind of neat though too, because in the panel you can tell it's like the binoculars are looking, and it's like a sign, like a night vision or something. Even in this panel, Natasha has the little night vision device in her hand, and Gwen. This panel's kind of funny because Gwen Stacy's saying creepy, and then Natasha's saying it's just an old abandoned something blah 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 years ago. Gwen is nothing too. It's just government stuff, and she's like. And then Gwen Stacy's like, I was referring to the ability of you finding this place so quickly, Natasha. That's creepy, you know. You and then they're swinging through here, and she's like, well, it just, you know, modern technology shouldn't be underestimated. I kind of like this panel, and I don't like the panel. I feel like it should have been better with just these two, and she could have said that in a bubble right here. And, you know, they could have had that and then another bubble. You know, they can converse. It kind of throws it all off. For me, it did. They find a door, and they're like, well, heck, Gwen Stacy just kind of grabs it and rips it off. And they're like, well, they already know we're here anyways, so they just kind of make their way in. And I think she's like, well, they already know we're here. Look, they're already screaming, already fighting. So you see Bruce Banner, he's running past all the people he's kidnapped. They ain't too happy. She ain't happy at all. And he gets to the record player, and he's like, "I'm gonna smash this sucker." You know, take it, because that's how Dazzler's getting her powers and power back. And then he's like thinking about turning into the Hulk there. We get a little Dazzler Carnage fight. And so the record player, he broke the record player, so she doesn't have the groove of the music keeping her hopped up, you know. And so it kind of breaks her shield there, and she's, without that, you're just a normal pop star, Carnage says. And just right around here is when Gwen shows up, and she's let's see, MJ, no, Ghost Spider, I'm Carnage. You know, it's just, you know, it's kind of, it is what it is, you know. It's a fast conclusion to it. Natasha gets there in time to see all this stuff in his lair, Bruce Banner's lair, you know, and you hear a roar. So that's, this, and then you have this thing happening, and then Carnage breaks through another wall, which I don't quite understand all this, because weren't they just here? Weren't they just here? So how do they get from here to her Carnage wanting to break through another wall? I don't get it. It doesn't make continuity. It doesn't really make sense to me. Dazzler does some, she's kind of waking up, but she does this little fucking thing, the force field kind of thing, and blocks the attacks. And I do kind of like this panel because it has the stuff coming out from, you know, the Carnage stuff coming from the other panels, you know. But that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why is Carnage busting out of that wall when they were just there? It don't make any continuity. It doesn't make sense to me. Let's see here. Yeah, they're fighting MJ, and they're fighting, and you know, Dazzler. That's pretty neat. I like this panel here. She has her webs on it. Dazzler has the roller skates on it. Just like this, you know, and it's a pretty neat little panel. I dig it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. And then she's skating she's skating away. Good luck, you know. You too. Because she's going to go save her sister and the people. And then Mary Jane and they're fighting. Which would be cool if that kind of went over to the panel too. But, I mean, you know, it's still a neat panel. This little section's pretty neat. I can dig that. This is okay. I dig it. I'm not bashing it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Here we got some more fighting. You're doing a Spider-Gwen stuff. That's a weird pose, you know. Woo! Leg all the way down and cock like that. That's pretty neat. Like she's doing a little kick flip, and you can see I think the panel might have been bigger or something, and they had to make it smaller, but you can see like a, you know, the flip of her deal. But I think she's flipping that way. I think it inters that she's flipping this way. She's going to flip over, and she's going to be up on this side of it. We got some more. You look at me. Never see you look at me and you never see. Mary Jane's like, you look at me and you never see me. You never see me. You never see the Mary Jane. You never care. You know so the image of Carnage is Mary Jane's kind of jealousy, I guess, or her angriness. She's angry too, so maybe that's, you know, her real, you know, her emotion. You know, she's going at it with Gwen, and And I think these little boomerangs are coming from Carnage, and Spider-Gwen's been dodging them the whole fight. You can see little boomerangs flying out in this panel, and little boomerangs flying through here, and they're all sticking in the walls. I think that's part of Carnage's symbiote kind of stuff, I guess. I'm not sure. You know, and then they're doing her thing, and then it looks like it's almost curtains for her. And then the Hulk shows up, and it's like, he says it's the Hulk, it's Banner, and then the Hulk says, don't call me Banner, not Banner, just Hulk. Or don't call me Banner, not Banner anymore. He turned into the Hulk, and the weird thing is, you know, most of the time, you know, it's Banner's the sane one and Hulk is the crazy one, the monster. But in this universe, Banner is the crazy scientist and Hulk is the sane one. You know, he's like the hero. So they shoot him with a gamma, the ray or whatever, and it knocks the symbiote off her. So we think. Hulk's like, I've saved the day, you know, and they get all their friends back. They hug and it's all good, you know. That's just a weird panel right there. Why is this here? I would say why is this piece right here? What does this have to do for the story? If I was the editor, I'm like, what's going on with this? I don't know, man. They put that, it's a weird panel in there, man. And in this little bit right here, that's the ground, you can tell. All right, here we're back at it. The deal, they're doing a concert. You know, that would be pretty neat to actually see, like, a concert, and Dazzler would be doing all this kind of crazy stuff, the craziness of it. That'd be pretty neat, but, you know, it'd be, you know, knowing the context, it's kind of lame because it's a comic book. But in real life, it'd be really rad to watch a concert and the person can do something like that. I've been to a couple concerts where they had the backgrounds and they would do different stuff, and it's pretty neat too. I guess it's kind of the same kind of deal. They're talking about, okay, so Natasha is like, hey, you know, you're a pretty good drummer. And she's like, what do you mean? You don't need the Spider-Gwen? And she's like, yeah, she has to pass on that. She'd rather just hang with her friends from now on, you know, because her friends always kind of thought they kind of bailed, and they're getting back to their friendship, you know, and here we go. We got Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane. They've been at each other's throats for the whole series, you know, and it's this whole thing, and they're getting back together and they're friends again, and now that we see the glory's ahead, you suit up and listen, and then you say, I'm still here, like the Carnage is still here. So it should be continued in the giant-sized Spider-Gwen #1. And here's a next giant-sized Spider-Gwen #1. You want to read about that. But this one kind of comes together with a story. They save her friends. It's you know, they're back together with she's back together with her normal band. You know, they were talking about Rick Jones is working out being the Hulk, and the Hulk, they got the regular Hulk is working with them to try to find all the other mutants that Banner has kidnapped throughout this. It's not a bad series. It wasn't a bad read. I enjoyed it for the most part. You know, I'd probably rate it a 6 out of 5. I mean, not 6 out of 5. A 6 out of 10. you know, some of the panels are iffy. Some of the panels are the art's, you know, readable. It conveys what it's doing. It's a 6 out of 10 in my book. All right, thanks for watching, and like and smash that like button, and love you, boy.